Exactly. And if you guys were nervous, then I'm sorry because we're now live.
I saw the live in the corner. I'm like, oh, we're on.
Yeah, we're on.
Bring
Yeah,
it.
we're on. Yeah, I love for those organic kind of candid conversations to happen, and then I sneak in and hit live. And it's like, Derek, why would you do that? It's like, sorry, Pace makes me do that. So we're gonna have a great show today. We have a wonderful host and my man Jason, Mr. Bates. What's up, brother? How's it going?
Oh, another beautiful day in paradise and a great day to be in real estate. I always love saying that.
Yes, it is, my friend. And today we have some really amazing guests from the community who are crushing it, who are doing deals, and we're excited to ask them 1,000 questions, and they're going to have more than 1,000 answers for you all. We have Kayla Appleman in the building. How are you doing, Kayla?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. And we have the one and only who has his blink on here. He wants to connect with you, my main man, Ralf. Ralf, I don't want to say your last name incorrectly, so is it? Let me take a shot at it. Let me take a shot, Ralf. Ralf Hoyos.
Correct.
Ooh,
good job,
correct.
Derek. Good job.
Yeah, I did that. I just did that. Hey, man, it's a pleasure to have you on, brother.
Thank you.
I want to hear about
Same
your
here.
deals, man, how you're crushing it. And so this is going to be very exciting. For those of you in the chat, if you want to know where Pace is, of course, I work for the man. I'm sometimes asking where's Pace this week. Head over to whereispace.com. It has all of the details. If you click on a link of a particular location and nothing comes up, trust me, our colleagues are actually fast at work putting all those things in. If you ever saw Pace's calendar, it actually looks like a child stole a whole bunch of crayons and just scribbled all over the place. And I'm like, okay, I'll give that to you guys who plan his schedule. It's madness, but he's still wonderful though. So without any further ado, Jason, do your thing, brother.
I appreciate you, my friend, and I appreciate Pace and his community and the opportunity to interview amazing rock stars like you two. First, a little bit about myself. I'm a Sub-2 and Gator student, as well as a top-tier certified TC. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Venture Vibes Fund, where we raise private capital for RV parks and other vacation-type homes or assets. And I'm also co-owner of Finish Line TC Services. But we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about these two amazing guests. And since I know my mom might be watching, I'm going to go ladies first. And Kayla, I want to start with you and ask you, what were you doing before you entered real estate and joined Sub-2 and Top Tier?
Yeah, absolutely. So I come from a corporate background, climbed the ladder very early on, and decided to say goodbye. Moved to Denver, Colorado, from San Francisco to Denver. Built a soft tissue practice with my husband from the bottom up, and decided something was missing, and real estate always intrigued us. We stumbled upon Pace. Actually, my husband stumbled upon Pace first, and it took me a little while to warm up to creative. And Pace, I'm like, who is this Pace guy? Is this a scam? Is this real? What's the catch? And so now I live and breathe it. Been in Sub-2 member for over 2 years. Actually joined around the same time as Jason.
Yeah.
And I've been in Top Tier TC shortly after they launched. And it's just what I do every day, in and out. I love it so much.
Yeah, I've had the pleasure and opportunity to meet Kayla and her husband when we met at a Sub-2 meetup in Denver. It's the first we were all four brand new, and we all hit it off right away. We've been close friends ever since. So I'm glad I've had the opportunity to interview you because she's come a long way. Let me tell you guys, she's come a long way, and she's just crushing it in the community. So
are you.
Thank you. Ralf, what about you, my friend? What made you decide to, forgive me, what were you doing before you joined real estate in Sub-2?
I've done all kinds of jobs, in all honesty. My first job was in a law firm, a real estate law firm. I've been an appraiser. I've been a plant broker. I was a plant broker for about 15 years. I was in the military. I've been a loan originator for 2 years before I started to run the private money division for Suncrest Capital Group. And now I'm a Gator, but I still do run the private money division for Suncrest Capital Group, which is the reason why I became a Gator, in all honesty. I had no idea that there was a community like this. I just thought there was just family offices and funds. And when I heard that one of our gap funders was a Gator, I was like, oh, well, what does it mean to be a Gator? Are we talking about football here? Like, go Gators, chomp chomp, And I'm in Florida, so that's what I was thinking. When I put in what is it to be a Gator, it gives me all this football stuff. But then, I hear about this community, and it is amazing. I mean, I've only been a Gator since May.
Oh
Oh
wow,
wow.
Yeah,
that is incredible. And first of all, thank you for your service. That is much appreciated. Um, but yeah,
very
you
welcome.
you hit the nail on the head with the whole community thing, right? It doesn't matter if you started 6 months ago or 30 days ago. It seems like everybody welcomes you with open arms, and they want you to be as successful as they want you to be successful. So it's pretty powerful.
I agree. I agree. I find myself giving my time is worth probably about $400 an hour, and I give 30 minutes away every day to numerous people to help, to teach, to promote. I mean, I do it all. I as much as I can.
So that's powerful. So what exactly triggered you to join the community? What was it that
Well,
made you scratch that
so
itch?
so here goes the thing, right? I heard that there was $50 million in there. And I raise capital. I bring capital to all the deals that we're a part of. I'm doing about 30 plus or minus deals a month. We do the fix and flip in a way that nobody else does. I mean, there's probably a handful of us in the country who do it the way we do it. And because of that, it brings us a lot of opportunities to get investors into our deals for that little gap portion to get them through the door. So, yeah, we're doing big things over here.
That's huge. And do you find yourself really busy here in the Q4 as every investor CPA says go forth and buy assets?
Man, I wish there was at least 5 more hours in the day just to get everything done, man.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I've had to hire, and then as soon as I thought, oh, hiring was the answer, I got to hire again. We're just busy constantly,
I,
constantly.
I, I love that. And Kayla, you talked a little bit about this. You were in the corporate life, but what was the trigger that really made you want to join the community?
So we wanted to. So as let me back up. So we're business owners, right? We're entrepreneurs. We found it really challenging to qualify for a loan, although we make money, we have income, but as an entrepreneur, you don't always want to show all of your income. You have your write-off. So to get a home for us, it was really challenging, and we had done it a couple times. And we're like, there has to be another way. There has to be another way for us. And so we did some research. My husband followed Pace for several months before we decided to join the community. And I will say, when we first joined, because I was brand new to real estate, honestly, and as somebody that was new to real estate and joining, you kind of think, oh gosh, look at all these amazing humans doing all these cool things, and they're building their portfolios. Everyone says to give value. Like, what value can I give? You do think that, or I thought that as a
Yeah, that's
newbie.
fair.
And so I just focused on connecting with as many people in the community as I could. And I will say, 2 years has gone by. I've built some really strong relationships, and the community blows my mind still. Like, just so many go-givers. There's so many connections. Everyone really, truly, genuinely wants to help.
Yeah.
And I feel like you don't find that often. And being in two of the communities, sub 2 and top tier, I mean, both of them are just truly blows my mind how awesome they are, and the collaboration amongst everyone within them.
Yeah, and that's true, and you make a great point. They're each different in their own way, and they're each different for great reasons, right? And I know you're really building up your TC and operator business, and that's really you're able to focus in the top tier group on that, and then within the sub 2 group, you're able to with your help of your husband build that part of your business in acquiring real estate, and then of course you can meld all that together into one. So that is huge. I love that.
Yeah, and we did a lot of we had capital when we first joined sub 2, and we had a lot of lending deals kind of presented to us. And at the time, like, my mind was like, how are we protected? What do I need? What if this goes wrong? And those were questions that kept popping in my head. Or if we put an offer in on a sub 2, like, this can't be the only paperwork in place. There has to be something else. This doesn't seem quite right. And so top tier was just kind of where I fell in TC. And I think being in sub 2 first has made me a stronger TC. And then, we do operations and helping other investors build their businesses, scale their business. And it's just really exciting to be a part of.
Yeah, that's a great point. I was in Sub 2 first, and I joined Top Tier TC because it was selfishly, I wanted to understand all the things that went on behind the curtain for my own transactions. I was being selfish. And then, like you, I realized all the value we can bring to the other communities because of all the stuff we're taught by Molly and her team that, man, I can't keep this to myself anymore. And so, yeah, it's been valuable.
I wish I had enough time to go do other programs.
No, I get it. You're doing the right thing, my friend. Focusing on your superpower, definitely. And so the cool thing, and I've learned this the hard way, is you don't have to do everything. If you partner yourself with people like Kayla and like the people she interacts with, you don't have to know it all because you bring in those experts and you can focus on the thing you love and you do well at.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, we have this conversation often of, really who's in your corner, right? Who are you collaborating with? Because you can't do everything by yourself. And if you do want to grow and scale, you have to have people in your corner. And that's what I love about our community and all the connections within.
Yeah, nor do you want to. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I know how to do that I just don't want to do. I'll be
honest. Right.
So Kayla, how did you find your deal? Tell me a little bit about it.
So we just shared our episode just aired yesterday. Alyssa can't be here today. She's out of the office enjoying some family time, but we do operations for several investors, and this one was a really exciting deal because a lot of times as TCs, you don't get to actually walk the property. You don't actually get to touch and feel the property that you're transacting. And even though you're going through the entire transaction with all the parties, you don't get that actual physical feel. And we had a Kalispell, Montana deal. We went under contract around 4th of July, and community camp was coming up around the corner. So 3 weeks. And the investor was promising, okay, community camp, we're gonna have this house. It's right off Main Street. It's right by the host hotel. We're going to host sub 2 students. It's a sub 2 purchase, for sub 2, buy sub 2. And we had some hiccups. There were a lot of hiccups along the way. And we actually had to switch title companies. We switched to an attorney, and there was 1 week before the deadline of community camp. And we ended up closing. We did it. And it took all hands on deck. And this one was really special because the wholesaler was in our community. The A to B TC was in our community. The end buyer, our client, was in the community, and then we were TCing it. So it was a lot of community members coming together to make this one deal happen and then celebrate it at community camp with all the other sub 2 members and other creative members. So it was just really cool to actually, be there, walk it. We got to do interviews there. We did little podcasts there, and just share it with every one of those in our community. It was really cool.
That right there is probably one of 1,000 reasons why Pace built this community right there. I mean, I counted 5, 6 people that were all part of this, all in the community some way, shape, or form.
Yep.
Awesome. Ralf, what about you? How did you find your deal?
So all my deals are given to me. We have loan originators here. One of them is in the top, I think 1 or 2% in the country. For our space, we stick to residential, non-owner occupied dwellings, that fix and flip space. So this deal was one of the many deals that come to me. And honestly, I like all my deals. They once they hit a certain stage in our financing, then that deal gets presented to me. I look at it, I contact the borrower, I get all their information, I hear about their experience, just so I get to know the borrower for the most part. And then I present it to all the investors and then bring them in on the deal. What was kind of special about this one per se is that it was a 3-per. They're doing side-by-side properties, and they were all doing them under the same LLC. And I had to get all the investors to agree to be on the same operating agreement with all 3 properties, so it was a challenge, but it was definitely one that we did. And it was nice to also wrestle in all these different investors onto the deal.
So it sounds like you do funding, you do connecting. Do you have an underwriting team as well? Do you guys do all your
Oh yeah.
underwriting?
Yeah, we got underwriters, TC, we got a processing team. I just run the private money division. I'm kind of like the face and I do a lot of the talking. And then I have a couple of assistants that help me do the follow-ups. And I have a developer who's helping us with a portal that we're doing for our investors as well.
Yeah, I really like the fact that Pace kind of shows this kind of big picture how to put something like this together, but how you've given us great examples of how you get together with other people in community and go, okay, now I'm going to turn this into a niche. Now I'm going to make it work for me so that it's easier for me to do deal flow. It's easier for me to underwrite and process, and it's easier for you to just stand back and wait for the deal to get to you after it's gone through all the phases.
Yeah, yeah. And then even then it make my job's kind of easy because we're the hard money lender in the deal.
Hmm.
I have all the information already from the hard money side to present to the investors as well. I mean, we like the deal in the first position already. We're loaning the bulk of the money already, and if we're and just to let you know, the way we do our financing, we don't do a monthly interest payment. So now that's deferred to the back end. So I tell them too, like, look, it's in our interest as well for this deal to close, or else we
Yeah,
wouldn't lend on it. We want it to close just as bad as you do. That's because we're
yeah,
going to get paid at the same time.
exactly. You need them to make money because that proves you're going to make money. So
Exactly.
that's phenomenal. I love that.
Mhm.
So so um so you said that you had the Gator community involved. You had top tier TC. Anyone for the sub two community involved with your your deals? Do you
So,
get a lot of deals
so
go through that?
we have two TCs, but they're not from top tier.
Okay.
That and we want to put them through the program. The only issue is time.
Yeah.
They don't have enough time to do it right now. We thought we would be good with two, but I think we're gonna have to go to three. Even now, we're still backed up on operating agreements that need to be done and some memorandums that need to be done, and it's kind of like a never-ending battle. I mean, the memorandums is probably the hardest part for us because every county has different requirements and instructions, and some of them want cover pages and some of them don't want cover pages, and it could be a challenge. So thank God for the TCs we have. I just wish they had the time to go through the program. I mean, they do a phenomenal job as it is. I would love to see what additional things they could do or bring to the table by doing that top tier TC program.
Did I tell you one of the things Kayla Business does is come in and help you streamline your business?
How's that?
We
Go
do.
for it.
We do. We do operations, so business operations. So as you're scaling, what are your pain points? What are the bottlenecks? Where do you want to go and take your business so that you're not stuck in seats that are inhibiting your growth, right? Or is it adding another TC? Is it adding maybe an executive assistant? Or is it adding, if it's a wholesale team, like is it adding acquisitions or a streamlined hiring process and expectations? I mean, it kind of it goes down to what is your business? What's your business model? That's different for everybody. But what are your pain points? Where can you spend your time? Better use of your time, so that you can scale and double and triple your business. So it's a pretty lengthy process that we do for operations. So we do an initial meet, but I will say it tends to be at least 3 to 5 meetings with business investors or investors to really hone in on how can we best service you, because there's a lot of arms within our team, and we're growing our team so we can grow alongside you.
That's great. I've actually gone through something similar like that here already with our operations manager, and she's finding ways to help like create triggers for me to be doing things differently and to have like my assistant handle things for me. She's having, for instance, once in a property, uh, we have a program, a portal called Lending Wise that we use to bring in the documents. And once something happens or something is received, it could email a trigger to all of us. So, for instance, once that appraisal is paid for and received, I receive a trigger. Well, when it's paid for, I receive a trigger to reach out to the borrower to get all that back, info, bio, all that stuff. Then once I get the trigger that it's received, then now I could look at the numbers again and then promote to my investors. So those kind of triggers were just some of the things that they did, because I was kind of in the beginning, I was just kind of winging it, and it was
Mm-hmm.
taking too long. And sometimes I was promoting too late, and then I'm, struggling at the back end when the deal's supposed to be, it's clear to close, and they want to close tomorrow, and I haven't found all the money yet, and I have to delay the closing, and it's not fun, especially for the
Mm-hmm.
seller.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's
Nice.
never fun at the end like that. So, which is great.
Yeah.
I mean, you have your operations manager and you guys are streamlining your process. I think that's growth in itself. And then you're going to go to the next level, and then you're going to have the same thing, like looking at the business, from a different perspective of, okay, what's going on? Where is the time spent? Where should it be spent? And who can I bring into my team so that you can be off doing what you do best?
Right.
Yeah, I don't think it was an accident you two were on this at the same time.
I'm a firm believer in God. I think
Yeah.
God brings people together,
Yep.
especially when they need to. Like, you never know, Kayla. I mean, we may end up, utilizing someone like you for your services. Right now, we're giving our operations manager an opportunity to bring our team into the, where we want to be, our vision. And right now, I feel like we got a decent handle on it. I mean, there's still a work in progress, but I mean, the job's never done. There's always room for improvement.
Room for growth, and that's the beauty
Mhm.
of it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, Kayla, let me ask you this: how would you say sub two and top tier has impacted your life?
Question. I would say it's really brought a light into me. Not that I didn't love my husband and running, our soft tissue practice, but I felt like a piece was missing, like a purpose was missing. And what I love most is, yes, it is additional income. I am providing for my family more than we were before, and we're having these really awesome opportunities to be a part of, and just kind of bring freedom to our lives. But what I really love is I'm on a team. So I'm on the Elite Hub. There's a team of us. We're actually all women, not by choice, but we're all women. Jason, there's not a lot of male TCs out there. But it's the best part of my day. We meet every single day as a team. And what really drives me is helping others and getting their deals to the finish line, or helping scale their business, and just being a part of that, and I'm a helper at heart. So just to have a purpose. I feel like I want to help as many people as I can. I know Alyssa's vision with Elite Hub, she just has this, she's a visionary. So she just has this huge vision of being able to help as many as we can in our communities. And it's really cool to watch. Even Jason, watching your growth from when you started, you and Erica, it's just really cool to be a part of it and watch everyone flourish.
Yeah, and what else is cool is you nailed it. You said you provide for your family, but what a lot of you guys don't know is I've sat in Zooms where Kayla's holding her baby and still running her business. How many businesses can you do that, be with your family at the same time you're building a business? And for a lot of us, that's the decision we made to do stuff like this, is because now we're not doing a business and then coming home with our family. We are home with our family and doing a business. So
my husband's home, otherwise she probably would be on this Zoom right now.
Unfortunately, I don't get to work from home. I
Yeah.
actually have to work in an office, where everybody else's office is here and there and there. Um, and honestly, I like it better that way, because when I'm home, there's such a distraction, and my kids argue all the time. And I don't want to hear people, hey, my dad.
Yeah. And I get it. Sometimes kids are terrorists and we don't negotiate with terrorists.
Exactly.
But the
Yeah.
point is,
Exactly.
it does give you that flexibility if you want your home to be your office, if you want your home to be your business. And I think that's powerful. And the fact that Pace and Molly and Ashley have been able to facilitate that for anybody who wants to do that is just powerful.
Hmm.
And I'm definitely thankful. I know Kayla is, and other people in the community as well.
Nice.
So Ralf, how's the Gator community affected your life?
Man, I've met some amazing people. I like to call them members of my team, even though we don't technically work together. But like Ryan Treulieb, Jimena Cabrera, I mean, these two are like my teammates. Jimena's an amazing capital raiser. I mean, essentially, you would think that we'd be kind of like, adversaries because I'm raising capital for my deals and she's raising capital too as a connector. And thankfully we met where now I don't compete with her, at all. As a matter of fact, I praise her. So, and if she brings that deal to my table, awesome, great. If she brings capital to my table, I love it. She is amazing. Same thing with Ryan. Man, Ryan was my first friend of Gator. He's on this deal that I spoke about, Melissa Moody's deal, this old Atlanta deal. And he does EFD, double close. He does masterminds for multifamily and wholesaling. The man and he's an attorney. I mean, great family values. We're gonna have dinner on this Sunday, as a matter of fact. I mean, I can't say even my keys got the little gator symbol on it now. My brother about killed me because he's like, "You're a UM fan. How you have a gator?" I said, listen, it's not nothing to do with football. If you know, you know, and that's all I got to say.
I love
but
that.
Yeah.
It's interesting you say that, people in the community aren't your competition. Kayla and I have had this conversation. There's hundreds of TCs in the community, but not one of us TCs are a competition for the other. Our biggest competition really is the mindset of our clients, getting them to understand that we can save them so much time and energy and headache. That's really our only competition. It's not each other. And so it's great because then all we're doing is lifting each other up because we're not competing.
That's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. I don't feel like I'm competing with them no more. As a matter of fact, I feel like they're helping me and I'm helping them. I'm helping them earn money. They're helping me close deals. It's a win-win for both of us. I truly feel that, and the amount that we get for them, 20% flat, 4, 5, 6 months, that's great. I mean, we're all a little spoiled in the Gator community. I mean, that to us is amazing, but it is good. And then to like the regular folk who aren't Gators, that's like 20% flat over 6 months, 40% AP. Oh my, it's got to be a scam. Oh my God, that's
exactly.
I'd be okay with 10, and you're like, yeah.
It's no different than when I tell a friend I bought 4 homes last year without using the bank. To go, no way.
Yeah.
It could be done. So what's on deck for you, my friend? What's next? What does 2025 look like for you?
For me, I really want to get into capital raising in a different way. I want to do I want to build a fund, and I want to not have to fish out these deals one by one, and find it, because some of these deals they meet our threshold, they meet our limits, but to everybody else that's not their limit, and it gets more and more difficult as you reach that 80% of the combined loans to the ARV mark, or if, for instance, like you get to the point and they're only making 20,000 on the deal. A lot of people don't want to lend on those kind of deals too much. I'd rather just use my own fund, create a fund, get people 12, 15% APR on their money yearly, and then make money on the fund, not have to worry about these, fishing these deals one by one, getting my portal to 100% completion, and kind of streamlining things just maybe a hair bit better, because I'm finding that for myself anyways, like my follow-up time and schedule is a little bit far behind. I'm backed up a little bit on certain things, and I wish and I want to get that better. So those are kind of like the things that I'm trying to do for 2025. That's my goal, my go-to list, and I know I'm going to accomplish it.
Yeah, I mean, having a fund has been a game changer for me and my partner. It allows us to go after more assets. It allows us to really give some really good returns to people who are looking to put their money in something else besides the stock market. It's been a game changer. It allows us to pivot too. I can go after deals I haven't been able to go after because I've got that money ready to deploy.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
great point.
Yeah.
Kayla, what about you? What's on deck for you? What does 2025 look like for you and your business?
Oh man. So I'm looking to we're scaling as a team, the Elite Hub. So we're growing. trying to help as many investors as we can, doing more operation services. And then I'm also kind of diving into, sorry, so I'm distracted because Jax isn't here. It's a snow day. No school.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I'm in Texas. I don't even know what it is.
I'm in Florida. Snow day.
Yeah.
Snow.
But anyway, so doing more high level with the team and really helping the other TCs on the team grow and scale their businesses as well. We're looking to add to our portfolio, John and I. So we've been really focused on, we've been doing some lending deals. We've been doing more active income focus. And so 2025, we want to really hone in on our own portfolio and buy and hold ourselves.
I love that. That is amazing. And I can totally see you doing that too. So that's what's even more incredible.
Yeah.
So what would you say to someone that was on the fence about joining any one of our communities, Kayla?
Oh, just join. Just join.
That simple.
I would just that simple. I would join. I mean, I know I was hesitant. I trust my husband. He's like, we should do it. And I was hesitant. I can't imagine not having these communities and being in both. I love them both. But if you're on the fence, just join.
Yeah.
Just join.
I love that. Ralf, what about you? What would you say to someone that was on the fence about joining?
I would say that you're doing yourself an injustice by waiting. You know, you're definitely doing yourself an injustice by waiting. You're kicking the can down the road, man. You know, you need to jump in and get in on the community. The community, just the knowledge you learn alone for some people who don't have that knowledge is just worth it alone. I mean, people go to college and pay thousands of dollars, almost hundreds of thousands, like 100,000 now. It's crazy. My kid is 15 looking at college. It's like 75,000, not even including room and board. It's ridiculous. He could learn what I'm teaching him for whatever Pace is charging now. I think it's what, 3,000-4,000 to be a Gator, get all that knowledge, learn, and then just come work with me or another hard money lender and fit it right away and make real good money, you know, like good money.
It takes one deal to pay yourself back.
One deal.
Yep.
I do a lot of first people's deals in our community. I help a lot of people get their first deal.
I love that. Well, with that said, Ralf, people are going to be looking for you. How can people connect with you?
Easy, man. My link is right there. You could search for me, Ralf, R-A-L-F, Hoyos, H-O-Y-O-S, on the Gator Community. Also on YouTube and Instagram, same way. You want to see my bio, it's on YouTube at Ralf Hoyos. And I just love to connect with everybody. I want to show you what kind of value we could offer to you. I want to teach you how you could wedge yourself into my deals. And I want to show you how we could help you make money passively by just being a part of our network, our community.
Yeah, and definitely for those that are watching whose CPA said, hey, you got to go find some assets to write off all of the money you made this year, you're definitely going to want to reach out to Ralf because he's going to have the funds you need to close on those transactions. So definitely, I love that. Kayla, what about you? You're definitely growing. You're doing a lot of things. You're providing a lot of value. How can people connect with you?
So I have my Instagram handle on here. It's Kayla Appleman, Kayla_Appleman_. I know those dang underscores. Or our team is the Elite Hub. So just look us up, the Elite Hub. It's HUBB, 2 B's. Or you can send an email to admin@elitetc.com. We want to connect with you, investors. If you're looking to scale and grow your business, if you're looking for a TC, don't stress about the paperwork side. I also could go on and on about TCs. It's not just about the paperwork, right? We also have a lot of connections that PMLs, capital raisers. If you're a wholesaler and you need end buyers, we have a lot of connections. We're essentially, connected to all avatars, as Pace calls it, the avatars. So we want to get to know you, connect with us, reach out to us, and we're here to help. We love helping.
Yeah, plus Kayla can attest to this. TCs actually know who's paying back their lenders and who aren't. So that's another thing you want to tap on the shoulder of a TC. They had the pulse of what's going on in the industry.
I'm definitely gonna schedule an appointment to talk with you one-on-one tomorrow. What's tomorrow? No, on Monday. I would not for Monday, but I want to schedule an appointment to speak with you on Monday. Maybe there is a way for us to work together. And who knows?
Love that, Ralph. I love that.
Agreed.
There
Me
you go.
too.
I mean, you mentioned your very first friend in the community. Jason's one of our first friends in the community, and you just never really know when each other will come together. And that's the power of the community. You're building your connections. You have those relationships, and it might not be today, but maybe it's down the road.
Exactly.
Or maybe we know somebody we could send your way.
That's exactly what I was thinking too. Same here, vice versa.
Well, there you go. That's a mic drop. I don't know what to say after that, except thank you guys. This has been amazing. I definitely appreciate the opportunity to interview you guys and have you share your story because it needed to be shared.
Yes.
And Derek just pops in at the end like that.
Yeah, we've done enough of these. He knows when to come back.
Yeah, it's just like an instinct I have. Like, okay, we're ending. Mic drop. Let's go. Let's go. You guys crushed it, Ralph. Kayla, thank you guys so much for being our guests. I love the fact that as a community, it organically happened where Ralph, you're doing your deals, Kayla, you're doing your deals, and you just see a commonality that has great potential. That is truly what the community is about. And not to bore those in the chat, but I'm always talking about my first introduction to the community, which was Squad Up earlier this year. And I saw a lot of what happened on this Q&A happening all around me at Squad Up, at the Squad Up Summit earlier this year. It's just connecting, loving, giving away free value, just helping each other win. And that's what the community is about. And I love how when asked the question of, what do we say to somebody who's on the fence, right? I mean, the real answer is it's all made back by just being in the community. Like, just do it, right? I love the analogy of just kicking the can up the road. It's like, yeah, stop kicking the freaking can.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Stop kicking, right? Just just trust me. I shouldn't say this. Throw your wallet at the screen, okay? Throw it at the screen, bro, and just learn to be in the community because people will pull at you and be like, "How can I help you? How can I help you? How can I help you?" You're like, this is not real, but it's very so real. But again, thank you guys.
Speaking of bringing value, I just got to shout you out real quick, Derek. For those of you guys who missed Tuesday's live Q&A, he spent about 10 minutes throwing out some social media gold that I had never heard before. You got to go back and watch that just for that alone.
Appreciate it, man.
So, thank you, Derek.
But I had a good time. It's always good listening to what you guys are doing in your deals. I'm taking notes all the time. And so I may be contacting some of you as well for your expertise. But thank you again, everyone. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend, guys.
Have a good day.
You guys have a good one.
Bye.